Okay, most people have no idea that this is even a thing, but you can actually train your brain to fall asleep on command. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to do this without supplements and without sleeping pills, just by learning how to work with your brainwaves instead of against them. Because right now, if you struggle to fall asleep, it's not that your brain is broken, it's just that it's sort of stuck in the wrong gear. And you can learn to control your brainwave state. And when you do, sleep becomes so easy. And I know how powerful this is because I grew up in a very dysfunctional and chaotic household. And so my brain learned to be on high alert from a very young age. And that state of alertness didn't just shut off when I wanted to sleep. And this happens to so many people, and it doesn't have to be from trauma, it can just be from normal life, like normal everyday stress that keeps building up. And then the body just gets stuck in this constant pattern of being alert, and your nervous system stays on, which makes it really hard to relax. It's really helpful to understand the main brainwave states because this gives us direct clues as to how to be able to fall asleep quickly. So I'm going to walk you through what those are. First, we have beta brainwaves, and beta brainwaves are when you're alert, focused, awake, and active. This is where your brain lives most of the day, especially when, you're out and about, you're busy, you're working, or you're just in general being active throughout the day. Now, beta brainwaves get a little bit more interesting when your survival response gets triggered, and that pushes you into a faster version of the beta brainwave called high beta, which is a more hyper alert state. This is when you're experiencing stress or anxiety. And when you're stuck in high beta for too long, it can show up as anxiety, agitation, trouble relaxing, sleep problems, and physical symptoms like your heart racing, your muscles feeling tense, and even panic attacks. Now, the next slower brainwave, slower than beta, are called alpha brainwaves. And this is when you're still awake, but you're calm. And this right here is the sweet spot. This is the bridge to sleep, because by training yourself to be more calm when you're awake, this actually sends a signal of safety to the survival part of your brain. And if your brain feels safe, then you'll have no problems falling asleep. So then after alpha, the next slowest brainwaves are theta, which is when you're in a light sleep, and then delta, which is when you're in a deep sleep. But here's the key. If your mind is thinking a lot at night, or you feel like you have energy in your body, it means you're still in a beta brainwave. And in order to fall asleep, your brain first has to shift and slow down into the alpha brainwave first. So what do? This is what we do. You train your brain to shift into alpha until that becomes second nature and you can do it like that. That's what I can do now. The alpha brainwave to me is like the secret weapon to life. And it's the best brainwave to focus on when it comes to improving your sleep because it's the only one you have direct control over. It's the only brainwave related to sleep that you can consciously shift into. You can't force yourself to sleep, but you can shift yourself into the alpha brainwave, which is what you need to be in to fall asleep. So you see why training the alpha brainwave is basically the best bang for your buck in terms of where to place your attention and what to prioritize to get your sleep in a really good place. It used to take me over 4 hours to fall asleep on like a good night. And now I can shift my brainwaves in 3 breaths and I fall asleep by the end of the 3rd breath. It takes like 60 seconds. And it's because I practice this. That's all. So if you're still here and haven't clicked off this video, I know you're someone who really wants to understand your sleep. So I have something really special for you. I actually have a free masterclass that dives even deeper into the concepts that we're covering in today's video. And inside the masterclass, I walk you through the 3 biggest mistakes that keep people stuck with insomnia, and also the exact strategy that I teach my clients to fully retrain their brains to sleep naturally every night. You're really going to love this if you want to get rid of insomnia for good, and you can get this for free at the link in the description. So let me show you how this works. There are many different ways you can intentionally shift your brain into the alpha brainwave. So I'm going to show you some of my favorite ways that you can do this on your own. And then the last one that I'm going to share is kind of like a shortcut or like a cheat code, I would like to call it. So The first brain retraining technique to quickly shift into alpha is what I call the hold it breathing technique. This is my favorite one right now. I do this all the time. All you do is you inhale and hold it, and then you wait a little bit, and then you exhale slowly, and then you hold it before you inhale again. So the key with this one is you're going to inhale and you're going to hold it, but you want to keep your body as relaxed as possible. Because I know when you inhale, you want to like hold it in there, but just like breathe in, stop inhaling, and just don't do anything. Hold the air within you without continuing to inhale. Then just wait a little bit, not forever, like a few seconds, right? It gets easier the more you do this, but just start off holding it for a few seconds. And then you're going to exhale really slowly, and you're going to not inhale. You're going to exhale as much as you can and wait and relax your body. A few seconds. Then you inhale. Hold it again. You can do it as long as you want, as long as you can, and then exhale, hold it, and then inhale. That's the cycle that you're going to be repeating. This one can take some getting used to, but it gets a lot easier once you kind of get going with it. And because I've practiced this a lot, I can actually hold my breath for a decent amount of time and not even feel like I need more air, more oxygen. And it gets easier the more repetitions that you do. At the beginning, your body is like, what the hell? Why are we breathing like this? But then it adjusts and gets used to it. And when you breathe like this, it actually slows down your brainwaves into the alpha state super, super quickly. Another way that you can shift into the alpha state is super simple. Disconnect from the external world and turn your focus inward. What does that even mean? Well, you're actually already really good at shifting into the alpha state, but you've likely stopped prioritizing the types of activities that help you do this, because most of us are very wrapped up in what's going on in the world, what's going on in our life, and it's easy to sort of neglect these types of practices that are really, really good for slowing your brain down. Things like journaling, things like reading or listening to an audiobook, things like meditating, even just deep breathing. Just being aware of your breathing and intentionally taking deeper breaths instead of staying in those short, shallow breaths that most of us are in unconsciously. I know this might sound a bit simple, but it can be this simple. We don't have to overcomplicate this. So just pick one. Pick one of those things and do this before bed. And with repetition, your brain gets the message that it's safe to slow down. And so you shift into the alpha brainwave more naturally at night, and that's where sleep happens really easily. There are usually 3 reasons why your brain has trouble slowing down into that alpha brainwave at night. The first one is you just haven't given your brain enough space to unwind from the day. So your brain hasn't even had the chance to relax to be able to enter the alpha state. Another one is that your brain could be misinterpreting stressors in your life as life or death threats. So your brain stays in beta to try to solve problems in your life or prepare you for tomorrow. And then the other one is that you've unknowingly created a habit where your brain over time learned to stay alert at night. And so that just became the default operating program in your subconscious mind. And that's how the cycle of being awake at night repeats itself automatically, no matter what sleep supplements or sleeping pills or how good your sleep hygiene is. All 3 of these scenarios are things that you actually have the power to shift. You're not stuck like this. Now, another way to shift into the alpha state is a cheat code, which are called binaural beats. Binaural beats are audio frequencies that help your brain sync into a specific brainwave. And the way that it works is you have to use headphones or earbuds because the music is designed so that your ears are hearing different frequencies, which causes your brain to synchronize with the difference between the 2 frequencies. It's okay if you don't understand this. You don't need to understand it. You just got to listen to it with headphones on. But the way it works is, let's say that your left ear is hearing 210 hertz and your right ear is hearing 200 hertz. Your brain is going to perceive the difference of 10 hertz, which is the frequency of an alpha brainwave. So you do need headphones or earbuds for this to work, and a lot of people really love these. People use them to focus while they're working. It's used for all sorts of things. But generally, it's not recommended to listen to binaural beats if you're pregnant, have epilepsy, or any heart issues, or have like a pacemaker. But other than that, this is an incredible tool that's super popular. When you train your brain to slow down on command, you get so much more than sleep. You also get peace of mind. You get a body that relaxes supernaturally. You get better performance during your day because you can tap into a flow state. And you also develop the ability to sleep well no matter how busy or how stressful your life gets because you've trained yourself to shift back into balance so much more quickly. I have clients who can fall asleep after chaotic work days or while they're traveling and even after struggling for years with insomnia, all because they learned how to shift into the alpha brainwave on command. If this video got you really excited about being able to fall asleep a lot faster, then you're also going to love my other video right here, How to Fall Asleep in Minutes. This is where I share the exact shifts that helped me go from 16 years of insomnia to now falling asleep no problem. This is the video that I wish someone would have handed me as soon as I started having sleep issues, because it would have helped me escape the insomnia cycle altogether.